Well, hello everybody. This is a video. I was going to do it live stream, but I decided I wanted to share my screen and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. But this is about the Jupiter being on the galactic center today and Venus coming up to join Jupiter later this week. Now, the galactic center is thought to be around 27 degrees and 7 minutes of Sagittarius right now. Though, you know, it's the center, the galactic center is the, excuse me, is a black hole right at the beginning, right at the center of our galaxy, hence the galactic center. And it's thought to be the sun of our sun, the very core of our galaxy, and the creative principle in the galaxy. And as it's a black holes suck things out and they also emit things. Now, you know, on this this conjunction happens every about 12 years, okay? And funnily enough, the other day I actually shared an image or a report of a star being spat out of the black hole at the center of the galaxy, which is kind of interesting. And then there's, you know, other things being reported right now out there in the universe. And when Jupiter is about faith and belief, it changes our beliefs when the galactic center is triggered by Jupiter about every 12 years. So I looked back to the last time, and where's my picture gone? It was kind of exact around December the 6th, 2007. So think back to that in your life. And so where's Jupiter on here? Okay, here you go. And at the time, Pluto was also conjunct the galactic center, because really it's not exactly 27 degrees. It kind of is a span of, you know, a slower planet to be conjunct. It doesn't really happen on a day. This is like a little period around it, okay, that expands. And I'm sure you can look for yourself around December the 6th, 2007 to see what was happening. But I happened to notice that the NASA released reports that water was thought to be on Mars. That was when we found out that Mars probably has liquid water. And so this is the kind of new information that comes through. So there was that report about the star being spat out of the galaxy. We don't always understand the meaning of what's happening, okay, around these times. There's often a lot of political things as well around those times. Politically, I don't see so much happening around the end of 2006 going into 2007. I know personally for me it was huge, because in just after this conjunction on the galactic center, which happens to be on my ascendant, by the way, I started my new life in Australia. And we moved to Australia in January 2007. We actually left on January the 4th, I think. And then here I am 12 years later in the USA. So you can look back at what happened about every 12 years before that. So let's have a look at the one before that. Okay. So it's always approximately, so I'm going to get so there's Jupiter So we go forward to the galactics, oops, to the galactic center. And in fact, if we go back a little bit to when it was at 2707, close enough, the sun was there too. And that was at the end of December 1995. So it's always approximately 12 years, okay? So you see, you get the idea. Now, if I look back to that time, that's kind of when I started my just after that was when I bought a house with my husband, I think, the first time. So let's look at the chart now. Okay, he wasn't my husband then. We were just together. Here's Jupiter now at 27 degrees 11 minutes. So the conjunction's just past exact, but I do want to show you what's coming up, because this is going to be an influence all week. It's huge. You know, this is starting a new about approximately 12-year cycle. On November the 22nd or 23rd, depending where you are, let's get them exact, Venus is coming up. And in traditional astrology, in old language of astrology, so I am going to use it for now, Jupiter and Venus are called the benefics, and you know, they're thought to be the luckiest planets in the world, in the galaxy. So world. So I'm just getting to them to their exact point of conjunction, and I will point again when I get Venus to that point. And this is all still conjunct the galactic center, by the way. I'm almost a bit scared, really, because you know, I moved countries. I started, like, you know, new life with who is now my husband, in property ownership. What's going to come next? But anyway, here we are, 28 degrees 11 minutes. These two are exact. So if you think in numerology terms, that's a 111. So it's 111. So it's a big beginnings number on the galactic center. And I'm not going to say it's all going to be, you know, rainbows and kittens and all that kind of thing raining down on you. I can't say it's going to be that, even though it's Jupiter and Venus, but it is going to be a momentous expansion of something, some information, some big shift is going to come through from this conjunction right on the galactic center. The galactic center is thought to emit this new information, as I said. I hope my volume was okay. I'm turning it up a bit. And, you know, the fact it's at 111, and the galactic center itself is at 27, which is a 9. And in fact, as I record this, we're on that third quarter moon, all at 27 degrees, and Jupiter's at 27 degrees. So we're having endings and new beginnings. I think this is going to be a pivotal week, okay, for us all. One of many, I have to admit. Now, for a personal level, I have to say this is on my ascendant. Ceres is on my Ceres. I'm having my Ceres return, literally. And Saturn and Pluto are now within 4 degrees of their exact conjunction that's happening in January. They're coming close together very fast. Ceres as well is in aspect to in trine aspect to Uranus, so that's in itself as well is another kind of shocking aspect. Venus is always thought to be, you know, love and harmony and beauty, and it is those things. But Venus is also rules Taurus, where Uranus is. And Venus is about core values and about the material world and money. So, you know, this is kind of going to be huge, I think, around the Earth. Venus is the Earth as well. It's kind of the higher incarnation of the actual physical Earth we live on, being the next planet closest to the sun. In esoteric terms, Venus rules Gemini, incidentally, so there could be some news coming in. So this is huge this week. I really think we're going to look back on this week and think, holy heck, what happened, you know? And so we've got this conjunction on the galactic center, Jupiter on it, first time in 12 years. We've got Ceres in Capricorn aspecting Uranus over there, and Uranus only in Taurus every 84 years. And then we've got the eclipses building up and the conjunctions in January 2020 building up. We are in momentous times, but I don't think we can really underestimate the impact that this Venus-Jupiter conjunction is going to have on us. If we look back to the end of 1995, let me have a quick look at the news events for that. The other things that happened around the last Jupiter conjunction, WikiLeaks was launched, okay, and by Julian Assange, and Julian Assange has just been, Sweden has just dropped the charges against him. We're also suddenly seeing like these big announcements by what I would call the left about climate. Bernie Sanders has produced his great his Green New Deal thing recently. The Labour Party in the UK announced that any company that doesn't work, you know, to delist companies off the stock exchange. Okay. So it's kind of really huge, all this. So let me just look back to 1995. Sorry, my computer just went really weird while I was talking. So that's why I kind of sounded a bit. But I don't think in my writing I've really. Okay, at the end or towards the end of 1995, when the last one was happening, well, a bit before it, because things happen around these galactic center ones. We had the Oklahoma City bombing. We had a nuclear non-proliferation treaty. We had Bosnian Serbs massacring Bosnian Muslim men. We had Comet Hale-Bopp discovered. Okay, so that's kind of a big one. I do think there's going to be something more coming from outer space. Some discovery, some, you know, major event that we'll go look back and go, wow, that kind of changed the course of things. Maybe it will be something to do with this picture I posted of a star being shot out of a black hole and making its way out of the galaxy, because we do know the universe, because things are expanding. We're in an expanding universe. We also had Osama bin Laden declaring war against America, basically, as well. So, you know, that's just to give you some idea of the last two conjunctions. If we look back about every 12 years, we can look at some things. Look at what happened in your own life. This one will have a slightly different flavor if we think last time or the time before, Pluto was, you know, there with Jupiter. So things are, you know, nothing's ever exactly the same, but it's going to be momentous, especially with Venus there too. I do think something's happening around the Earth, and our financial systems and our core values are being shaken up completely. So kind of think, just pay attention to what's coming up on this time, and hold on to your horses. This is not a time to kind of sit back and just go, oh, let it come my way. This is kind of a momentous boost from the universe. This is a real time to kind of gather up your resources. You know, and we've got Mars in Scorpio. In fact, Mars in Scorpio is moving pretty fast, and the moon's going into Scorpio by the time Venus and Jupiter are together on the galactic center. Mercury's direct. Things are starting to really move forward. It's a really, you know, we're coming up to the holidays. People are going, oh, I want to relax. We've got Thanksgiving in the US, but no. Now is the time to really kind of not push in that really stressful way, but just not sit back on your laurels. Now is the time to take advantage of the universal grace is a good word. Grace is my word for the year, and Jupiter is the word. A good word for Jupiter is grace. So if you want to deal with grace, take advantage of the universe's grace, you have to take action. So now is the time to really step forward. So I just wanted to do this extra thing about the galactic center alignment. Okay. It's going to set the scene for the next 12 years. This is big. All right. Much love.